Men don't approach women anymore means we have learned to spot the dumb ones. Took years of training, but now most men have sharp senses, spot stupid women from a mile away. And 80% of.
Here's the thing, girls love to complain about how guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, on Cuffed, on Raya, the gym, whatever. Men are not approaching women anymore the way that they used to once upon a time. But then I see these girls when men do approach them, and if they don't think they're cute, these girls are so mean sometimes. And I'm not saying you have to give your number out to every man that approaches you, but if you want men to be more comfortable going up to women, at least be nice, give them the time of day for like 0.7 seconds before letting the conversation die down, and boost the morale, boost the collective, because it's a systemic issue of men not having the confidence to go up to women anymore. But I don't blame them, because when they finally have the courage to, their ego gets stomped, which I'm not above stomping some man egos around here, but like, it's just not always warranted. You can be nice.
So I don't know about y'all, but I've been told a couple times, like, I look mean, I look unapproachable, I look real serious. And I'm like, okay, so this is why men aren't like really approaching me, because the way I look. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. But I mean, in reality, although those things may be true, I do have a naturally looking mean face, but I am pretty serious. Like, I don't have time for games. I'm not out here, messing around, playing around. I'm not doing that. So I am serious. I have goals that I want to achieve in my life. I'm a mother. I'm responsible. I'm mature. My mindset is completely different. So I don't know, maybe he knows that he's not going to be serious with the woman. Maybe he knows, like, okay, I'm picking up on her aura, on her energy. Like, nah, she not to be played with. And I also feel like it's my confidence. Like, when I'm walking in public, I'm going somewhere, I'm standing tall, my shoulders are back, my head is held high. I'm just confident. I'm a confident woman. Like, can't nobody take that from me. So I feel like the confidence that I exude sometimes might intimidate a man. I don't know. But ladies, if y'all go through this, y'all let me know what you feel, what you think in the comments, and what's your thoughts on this. I want to know.
I had a video go viral and I asked people, why do men not approach women anymore? What happened to those days when men used to approach women? A lot of men in the comments were saying that they felt like women have unrealistic expectations. They don't want regular men, that they only want people they see on TikTok, online, people who are 6 foot and above, that they just are not wanting what's out there. And you want to know what's so crazy? I started this matchmaking service where I matchmake Muslims together for free. And in this platform, people can say what type of partner they want. And let me tell you something right now. These people on the app are serious, they're intentional, and every response that I have seen has never mentioned someone's height. It doesn't even mention looks. All people are saying is, I want a man who loves the law, someone who has goals, who has aspirations, who is a hard worker. No one said, I want a rich prince. I want someone who's 6 foot and above. Nobody has said that. Nobody has said that. And I've said this before, that people are getting their information from TikTok. We need to get off of social media and stop using this as our Google, because everybody that I'm meeting, everyone I'm seeing, all these accounts, nobody wants all these unrealistic expectations. Everyone's expectations are very realistic. To all the men that felt like they couldn't get a wife because women had unrealistic expectations, what's the excuse? Here's the link. What's the excuse now?
I mentioned this in a previous episode. I'm like, men don't talk to me in public, and it's probably because I'm always dressed down. I'm in a hoodie, I'm in sweats, my hair is never done, it's probably slicked back. I just look like I'm taken. I look like I'm going I look like I'm running errands. I look like I'm going to pick up dinner. I don't ever look like come talk to me.
But do you feel like come talk to me? Because men can feel that more than we can see it. Like, if a man cares about your clothes and like what you're wearing, and like he's like, oh man, I can't talk to her because she had on a hoodie, then he probably likes men.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm
so
saying?
much
like,
for that warning.
Yeah, I think it's more like a man can't want to approach you on how you're looking.
Okay.
Like, I was approaching this woman at the gym one time, and then she just, I don't even know if it was her face or a face she made, and
You
I
thought
just,
she winked.
No. No, the face wasn't a wink. It was like a ugh.
Oh.
When I walked, I was like, oh shoot.
You kept walking.
Yeah. I busted a left, so I hit the blinker on. Tick, tick, tick. so sorry. I ain't even supposed to be right here. This is not even my gym.
This is not my lane.
Yeah, I'm not even a member here. I don't even know why I'm in this gym. I ain't never went back
I
since.
came to fill out an application.
Ooh, that was so embarrassing.
But you
Wow.
said, do I look like come talk to me? I probably don't look like come talk to me.
Yeah.
In my mind, I probably feel bummy and I feel like I don't look my best. So I probably am exuding don't talk to me because I'm not confident. So I need to start dressing up.
Yes, but if that makes you feel better.
It does. When you
There
look
you
better,
go.
you feel better, period.
Can't tell women to lower their expectations, but this is the reality. When you ask a man if you could have a woman who had 80% of everything you wanted, 75% say, yeah, I'm on board. When you say to a woman, a man has 80% of what you want, 75% say that's not enough. I read that on Tinder, a man of average attractiveness has to swipe right 200 times to get one coffee, and then 4 of those 5 coffees will ghost him. That means a guy of average attractiveness has to swipe right 1,000 times to get one coffee. Now, what does that tell that guy? Women don't value me. Women make me feel rejected. And then they go online, they see these misogynists telling them it's not your fault. And these men become much more prone to misogynistic content, blaming other people for the lack of economic opportunity. They start sequestering from society. I worry that we are literally evolving a new species of asexual, asocial male. And if a man by the age of 30 hasn't either lived with someone or married someone, there's a 1 in 3 chance he's going to have a substance abuse problem.
If he goes broke, you still loving him? Yes, I am still loving him, but if he was broke when we met, he wouldn't be here. Holy girl. Hell yeah. What the hell? Am I supposed to be with the brokey?
That's insane. Now, maybe all this is for publicity. Maybe it is, to get views and stuff like that. But why would you ruin your public image like that? Why? Why would you do that? Je bent a fucking whore there, and you're just acting like a beta. Come on. I've made a video in the past saying that I respect you, but fucking hell, lad, it's hard to respect you like that. Your fucking beard's disrespecting you, and you're alright with it. Betas can't be saved. Stay woke in these streets, lad. Big Britain.
Men will do anything to avoid walking up and talking to a woman that they are actually attracted to. They might circle the room 10 times, check their phone 1,000 times, pretend to see somebody across the bar, pretend that they're doing something important on their phone, tell themselves later, or not the right moment, or she looks busy. Men will even come up with entire philosophies about body count and female hypergamy. Anything to actually do it. And that is not laziness. And that is not lack of interest. That is your body treating the mere fact that you are about to talk to a strange person the same way your body will treat as though it were about to walk off a cliff. Because if you've actually tried to do that before as a man, the first few times you try to do that, your leg will actually not move. Your leg will actually freeze up and you will get real plenty weird knots and feelings of nausea in your stomach and throat. Because your body thinks, just like walking off a cliff, one wrong move and you are finished, you're dead. And this is not like for certain men with social anxiety or low self-esteem, and it's not even about something about the woman. It is literally a right functioning normal man's brain screaming that rejection, social rejection, could get you killed. Because 200,000 years ago, it really would get you killed. And this is not that something is broken in men. It is just running a survival code that is 200,000 years out of date.
No disrespect to anybody, man, but I just... you just listen to this stuff, why don't men approach, or men not approaching because of this, and men swipe right on Tinder because of this. Men don't do this, men don't do that. And somehow, it's the man's fault. It's always the man's fault. The dating market is rough. Men need to do better. Women out here making bad choices. Men need to do better. Women ain't happy. Men need to step up. But nobody is making these women or asking these women to look inward. At all. At all. Nobody's telling them, hey man, maybe you should take some accountability. Maybe accountability is something that you should look into. But no, that couldn't be it. The accountability only flows in one direction. And everybody is just sitting up here acting like it's normal. It's like men. Okay, men, you know, the male loneliness epidemic is on you, of course. All right. It's not really a conversation about dating. It's just you blaming the men now with extra steps. Just, oh, what if you do this? And if you do that, if you do this. So blame. So my fault. So my fault. It's not even a conversation. It's my fault. You're just, you know, just taking extra steps and kind of coming around the way to say, in short, it's my fault again. Got it.
I mean, because I really want to know why men don't approach women anymore.
Speaking as a man who's still giving women a try, because a lot of men are kind of checking out, I won't approach if I don't feel like I have an opportunity or an opening. The sensation of bothering someone, can't deal with it. Even when I was a sales rep, we would do door knocking. I was the worst because I just can't live with that. I can't feel confident knowing that I'm bothering someone potentially. So if I haven't got any hint, any, you know, reason that to believe you might be interested in me, I'm gonna leave you alone.
I need some advice. I pretty much am terrible at approaching women. The only times I feel like I can talk to women is if I'm at the bar and I'm sitting right next to one, or if I'm in a group, like some online group where you meet up with other people and you talk. Like that seems to be, or if I'm at work or at school, but I can't just approach people at the gym, for example. It just seems like it's too intrusive, and women don't like to be bothered at the gym. They want to work out and they get hit on by, I don't know. I feel like they don't like there was a girl today who was wearing headphones. I'm like, okay, that's a sign that she probably doesn't want to talk. She just wants to work out. But it's also more that I just don't know how to approach people unless there's like a reason for them to stay in the conversation and not feel awkward. When you're just standing, when you approach someone, they're immediately thinking like, okay, I guess the problem is like I have like objectives that I want to do, you know, like I want to get the girl's number, I want to go out, I want to, you know, I want to do stuff. And normally there's like I feel like there's a time, I don't know, man, I am tired, hungry. But basically I think the woman's also doing the same thing. She's like, when is this guy gonna finish talking, or where's this going? And when you're in a group setting, you already have the same goals. Like you're here for the group's purpose, whether that's work or anywhere else. But if you just go free balling, like talking to random people, just randomly, I think it's a terrible strategy unless you just enjoy talking to random people all the time and having to restart your relationship from zero each single time. I think it's a waste of time because people, like, it's better to see the same people over and over again than different people all the time. It sucks because even if you have a job where you have to do that, it still sucks. You don't get to build a bond with the same people. If you get a job where you can see the same people over and over again, that's where you build bonds. And that's why groups, or at the bar where like they have to stand there for usually when they're at the bar, they're going to sit down for at least an hour or so. So there's you can justify the silence. Whereas if you approach them randomly, if you're silent without mentioning it, if you just forget to mention that, you know, for people to be calm, while just to enjoy the silence and still be together, that's normally not what happens when you, oh man, that's normally not what happens when you're with someone at the bar. At the bar, they could just sit down and just not talk to you, and then you can bring something up later. But when you're just approaching random people, as soon as you be quiet, they're gonna want to end the conversation, and it's just very counterproductive. Like, maybe in other places, like I heard Europe, people are more comfortable with silence, but not here in the US, I feel like. So they're just gonna bail on you. And the worst problem, I think the problem I have is that I just have these spirits who bother me every time I try to approach a girl. So I just quit. I quit. I'm not approaching any more women out in public, only at the bar when I'm sitting next to them or in a group setting. That's what I've come to my conclusion, which is the only two modes that works for me.
Apparently, I've looked at this thing on Intel's on IG. 45% of young men between ages of 18 and 25 have never approached a woman in public and asked her out. Bro, what's going on?
We're in a culture of the internet. Most people want to slide in the DMs. Most people are better texters.
So we ain't pulling up no more. We ain't shooting that shot in public no more. Like
some jokers
we
like
afraid
driving
of
to the
rejection. That's what you saying. We afraid of rejection. Listen.
So much social media, like I said, folks rather slide into the DMs. A lot of folks really don't have a personality about themselves. A lot of folks don't know how to talk.
True.
What's the worst curve you dealt with? What's the worst curve somebody gave you? What's the worst thing that come to mind?
Oh, I was in college, bro. We had just got to college, you know what I'm saying? We out and about, we just looking for women, right? I'm in the library. I'm thinking I'm about to pull up, you know. I'm about to talk to her. She was just like, nope. I already saw you talk to the last one. Just go that way.
Wait,
just go to the left. Just go to the left. I was like,
be in the line of sight.
I was in the line of, bro. Again, it was
be in the
college.
line of sight, bro.
I was doing
young mistakes.
I was wild. A young mistake.
No, because why did I just have a staring contest with this man in the gym? Why? And then he had the nerve to wave bye to me. Do men not speak anymore? I just want to know, do men not approach?
6 or 7 chat, they get approached more by men than a woman that's like more attractive, like a 8, 9, 10.
Why is that?
Because men are intimidated.
Okay.
But the girl next door look like the 6, 7s, like men approach them more because they're not as intimidating. So men don't realize, free game for y'all, chat.
Listen up.
Holler at the baddies because they don't get hollered at like that unless it's online. But if you see a 9, 10 in real life, talk to them. Not like a lot of guys don't approach 9s and 10s in real life. The girls
those girls like medium up.
But that's why the 6 and 7s. That's why the women that are 6 and 7s, they have a bigger head. Like if you notice, women that are like 6 and 7s, they have a bigger head because because they get approached more than women that are more attractive.
Here's the number one reason why men don't approach you, and it's not your looks. You can have the perfect hair, flawless makeup, and a designer outfit, but if your energy doesn't say you're open to connection, people won't approach you. And here's the wild part. Studies show that attractive women actually get approached less than average women if they don't show the right signs of availability. Think about that. It's not about how beautiful you are, it's about how inviting you feel.
I got a question for the fellas because I'm trying to understand the dynamic now and how all this got misconstrued. Why is it that men nowadays, when it comes to dating, they don't believe in pursuing a woman, aka chasing a woman? What is the big issue with a man pursuing a woman? I don't just mean you making the first move. I mean like you actively pursuing this woman, calling her, texting her, planning dates. Why is it now we're in this day and age where men are like, oh, you could call me, oh, I was waiting on you to call me, I was waiting on you to text me, I was waiting on you to make the first move. For what? Criticize me all y'all want, but I am an old-fashioned girly. I was raised by my grandmothers. I believe in the old school ways and how things are supposed to go. If you that type of man where you think you are the prize, honestly, this video ain't for you, because I believe that women are the prize, because we're the ones that get chose. We're the ones that get picked. When a man findeth a wife, a man findeth a good thing. And I'm not even the type of woman to sit up here and think that I'm equal to a man. I think that a man is most definitely above me. My husband is for sure above me. Your heavenly father, your husband, everything else immediately after that. I'm not the one to sit up here and try to say I'm equal to a man and we on the same. No, we not. A man is above me. My husband is above me. So let's get that clear and out the way. Boom. My biggest issue that I have in my dating life is men are so lazy. I was waiting on you to call me. I was waiting on you to text me. No, sir. You asked me for my number. I gave it to you. It's up to you to call me, check on me, see how I'm doing. You're trying to get me. This is my thing. I don't ever make the first move on a man. I let men come get me. You want me? Come get me. If a man really wants you, he's going to come get you. It's not nothing extra I gotta do. It's not, no. If you want me, you're going to come get me. And the lesson that I learned in my previous relationships was never let a man tell you he don't want you more than once. So when I give you my number and you don't call me or you do all that, that's basically telling me you don't want me. Y'all have no problem pursuing your education. You have no problem pursuing your career. You have no problem pursuing your goals. A house when you want a house, a car. So why is it y'all have an issue with pursuing a woman, a marriage? Because y'all are the ones that pick us for marriage. We don't pick y'all. Y'all get on one knee. This is why I don't date now. I ain't been on a date in a year. And that is exactly why. It's because I'm so sick of men. Oh, I was waiting on you to call me. Well, you're gonna be waiting till you dead. If you pay attention to like older couples that have like years in, yeah, she didn't really like me at first and she used to curve me and then I finally got her. Like, what happened to that? Y'all don't even want the pursuit of a good woman anymore. And I know I'm a good woman. Hell, I got a good career. I have ambition. I have goals. I have drive. I have things going for myself. I know how to treat a man when I have one. So what is the big issue with pursuing a good woman?
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of men don't approach women anymore. A lot of men don't chase women anymore because it seems like anything and everything that they do is the bare minimum. The bare minimum. This bare minimum thing, if you really think about it, this bare minimum thing is wild to me because somehow over the years, bare minimum has turned into a salary requirement. He got to make so much. Turn into a car requirement. He gotta drive this certain car because my status. I gotta be. I'm moving. I'm manifesting. It's 2026. I'm manifesting that year. He gotta be 6 feet, right? He gotta be at least 5'10". Height requirements. We talking about the bare minimum, and then of course you know they put that type of stuff on apps, and I don't know if women have to pay more for it, or it's just included in their subscription if they were to, you know, pay into the dating app. But you got salary, car, height. You got to be able to fund their vacations. For somebody you just met, by the way, for somebody that you just met, that's not the bare minimum. Like this is y'all having men audition with a cover charge. With a cover charge, and men at this point are just sitting back like, yeah, no, I'm good. I think it sounds like a great offer, but I think I'm gonna pass.
Just like a lot of times when I hear women say, oh, all these guys are scared to approach. I see guys, they'll be looking at me, but they don't approach. Right now, sometimes that's because the guys are scared. But guess what? Sometimes they don't approach because they're not fucking interested. You know what I'm saying? So the woman might think, oh, he's not approaching because he's intimidated, which in some cases that may be true. But sometimes the guy's not approaching because he's not feeling you, even though he's looking at you. Because sometimes what happens is this. You can look at someone and you're like deciding like, and again, that's medium interest. You're looking because you're deciding, would I fuck her or not? I don't know. She's okay. She got a little ass on her, but, right? So then the girl thinks, why won't he approach me? I see him looking at me because he's not that into you. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to find a reason. Exactly. He's like, I do that. So I'll be like, that's what I'm saying. So from her perspective, she's thinking, oh, these guys, they're so intimidated by me. They don't want to. No, he's not intimidated. He's just trying to assess if he feels it's worth his time. He's like, she's all right. You know, she's decent. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when guys are not approaching women, it's not because they're scared. It's because they're not that interested.
Half the girls here, when you go approach them or you talk to them, they have their heads up their ass and they already have an ego. Like 5 or 6 out of 10s, they think they're like, they're God's gift to this world, but in reality, they're not much at all, you know what I mean? Because unfortunately, the Melbourne dating scene, like good-looking guys, decent-looking guys will put their dick in anything, and then females feel like they use that as validation. They feel like they actually deserve those kind of guys. But at the end of the day, the guys just want to get their dick wet, and it makes it harder for actually the guys who actually want something serious. You know what I mean?
That is a very valid and true point. Yes, I do know a lot of guys that are just out here. They're not after anything serious.
Yes.
And so that kind of fucks it up for the guys that are after something a bit more genuine.
Definitely.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Melbourne. My background's Persian. Currently single, unfortunately. It's a rough life out there at the moment, but yeah, single.
100%, I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a fucking brutal world out there if you're single, especially living here in Australia.
The only way to meet people these days, unless you go out often, is through apps and dating apps and everything. It doesn't feel genuine. Like, it's just it sucks ass, to be honest.
So you feel like dating apps is a waste of time?
It is a complete waste of time. You just go on by someone's photos and like what they say about themselves, and you don't really get in like deep, meaningful conversations. Not much substance. You know what I mean?
That's why we're here at the Latin Festival. Are you into Latinas or like have you?
I'm pretty open, to be honest. It's kind of I'm attracted to different cultures, but it's about energy and like what I feel when I'm speaking to someone or when I meet someone.
There's a big debate on the internet right now. Australian guys actually don't approach women anymore.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, Aussie guys are lazy, laid back, and it's frustrating. All us single women are out here. We're not getting approached. Why do you think that might be? If you have a perspective or answer on that.
The girls here, like maybe their body language or their energy doesn't seem like they want to be approached.
Yeah.
So maybe then guys kind of hold back and don't approach them.
Yeah.
And maybe because guys have gone through the dating and everything, like, oh, it's not worth it. Like, what's this girl going to give me? Like, in reality, besides looks and everything, there's not much substance to these females these days. To be quite honest with you, from what I've gone through. But then again, I'm newly single. What would I know?
What would you say to women to become a lot more approachable, for guys like us to want to feel comfortable to approach them?
Infectious energy, like positivity, like maybe just have a smile on your face half the time and don't have a resting bitch face. Look like you want to kill someone. So when a guy actually comes up to you, they don't feel like you don't want to talk to them. Do you know what I mean? That's probably a lot of them have frowns or they look unhappy. So like, you're like, what's the point of approaching? Do you know what I mean?
Don't have a resting bitch face. Smile. Look like you're approachable. And who knows? A nice guy like this would come up to you and be genuine and actually maybe take you out on a date.
You're very lucky. Yes, that is. Yes.
If you're very lucky.
You see something bad? I say I won't see her no more. It is what it is.
Swear to God, story of my life. Like, you could be the finest motherfucker walking and I won't say shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, me, I'm an overthinker. So I'm already calculating the amount of times that a nigga has tried to stop you today, ask for your name, tell you that you fine, whoop-de-whoop. I'm not finna add on to that. And honestly, by the way shit looking now, I'm automatically assuming that a man is the last thing a woman wants to see nowadays. So I keep all my comments to myself. Yes.
The reason why boys don't approach you is because you are so extremely beautiful. It's the fattest lie I've heard in my life. When I used to see this stuff in my FYP, I believed it so hard, and I would go to school and boys would approach me and I'd be like, oh, he's so nervous, I'm just so beautiful, aren't I? Or I bet he likes me, he's too scared. Even though I was so chopped. Guys, if you see this stuff and you believe it, don't. You could be beautiful, but don't believe it. Don't walk around looking at this like, yeah, I'm so beautiful. They're all scared of me. No.
Bethany, calm down.
No, Stacy, like, I don't understand. We're beautiful. So why don't more of these quote unquote men have the balls to come up and just talk to us and just have a conversation? Like, I just really don't.
Excuse me, I don't mean to bother you guys, but
I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry, I don't actually have a boyfriend. You're hideous. Like, I want a cute walking personal ATM. Like, what do I look like walking around with Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja? Oh my gosh. Wait, you know what?
do it.
Bethany, stop.
You gotta clean up this gene pool somehow. Alright, guys?
Do it!
I don't know what's going on, and somebody please tell me if you know, but like men no longer approach women, right? Like you'll be somewhere and you'll catch a homie like staring at you, right? From across the room. Leave that vicinity and never say anything to you. And then somehow some way, find a way to pop up on you, whether he knows you or not, and hint at maybe having some kind of interest in you. And then it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, what is this?
Feels like don't, period.
Jeremy, do you really think we're saying never try to flirt with us again? Come on, Jeremy.
It's not that. It's just, like, how do you even know what's okay anymore? There's this constant fear of overstepping, right? You don't want to come across as some harasser. And honestly, I'm fine stepping back. Women have been vocal about what makes them uncomfortable. And I don't want to be another guy adding to that. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It feels like a no-win. If you approach someone, you risk being labeled as creepy. If you don't, then you're seen as passive. Or people say men aren't trying anymore. So a lot of us just opt out. It's easier not to engage than risk getting it wrong. I think a lot of men on the left feel this way. It's like, why take the chance of being misunderstood? Why let my personal desires get in the way of...
It feels like all of this is just an excuse. Like, I hear what you're saying, and logically, yeah, I guess it makes sense. But do you honestly think if you talk to a woman at a bar where everyone knows that's what's gonna happen, you'll be branded for it? It feels like...
You've already crossed a rule. Never talk to a woman while she's drunk. You see how easy that is to slip?
Oh, come on! Really? I said hello at a bar, and now I'm Harvey Weinstein?
You're giving way more nuance than the Substack the next morning would give. Here's my story. I was drunk, and Cara, knowing I was intoxicated, saw it as their chance to take advantage of me. And as a man, we've seen it 1,000 times. You're gone. No explanation, no questions. You're branded forever.
But does that happen every time?
It doesn't have to happen every time. It only has to happen once, and it happens a lot more than once. And that's the point. Why take the risk?
For love? For social connection? What's the other option? I'm sorry, I just can't believe that's your actual reason.
I don't know why. I've heard other women say that too. That it's an excuse to not take a risk, and it boggles my mind, because where have you been the last decade?
And listening to conversations like this, you can see why men are taking a huge step back. Men are improving themselves. And I'm all for it. Men are starting, to kind of go to the gym, getting their finances right, working on communication. I think there's a difference, because a lot of women, you think that I really don't want you to approach me or flirt with me anymore. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but once again, we're going to circle back around to the bare minimum argument. Oh, it's bare minimum that you did that. It's bare minimum that you got me flowers. It's bare minimum that you got me, got me a car, something like that. So like I said, men just kind of start stepping back, improving themselves, working on, stuff that they want to do, hobbies and things of that nature. I think there's a difference between a man genuinely growing and a man being told he needs to spend money he earned on a woman who hasn't shown him anything, just to consider him worthy of a conversation, right? So if you're going to tell a man go to therapy or grow or work on yourself, that's why I'm not dating you, or that's why I rejected you. Okay, great. But a lot of times y'all are just rejecting a man because he doesn't meet your bare minimum. Y'all are rejecting a man because y'all want to live a lifestyle, and he's not about to fund the lifestyle of somebody that he doesn't even know. I don't know why that's an issue, to be honest with you. I'm not about to spend my money on somebody that I just met, right? Like I said, growth, fantastic. A lot of men are trying to grow. A lot of men are trying to get better. But once again, those are two completely different things, and people keep on mixing them up on purpose and trying to essentially, honestly and truly manipulate a man into doing what they want. Saying things like, that's a bare minimum, weaponized incompetence, and then want to say, oh, why don't you approach me? Well, I did approach you. Yeah, but you gave the bare minimum. You need to grow. I did grow. I went to therapy, or I started hanging out with more friends, more guy friends. I started doing a lot, started going to social events. I started taking myself seriously, working on my body, the whole 9 yards. I'm not perfect, but neither are you. So why do you get to sit up here and be the judge, jury, and executioner of who's a good man and who's not a good man when you yourself aren't that great of a person?
What's up with men? I don't know. I wanted to ask you, men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore. There was this cute guy. He went to the bar at one point, so I was like, oh, let me go to the bar too. So I like saddled up next to him at the bar and kind of like gave like a look, and he looked right at me and then like looked away. I was like, okay, well, never mind. Like I was seeing something that apparently wasn't actually happening. And as we left, one of the other bachelorettes on this trip was like, oh my gosh, that guy kept looking at you. Did you guys talk? I was like, wait, what? You saw it too? I guess I could have said, hi, how are you? I don't know why I didn't. I guess I was like, I made that move. Meet me the other 75% of the way or whatever it is.
It is becoming like that. Like, I think that there's a shift in it. And honestly, women have to take more of the reins in a way. Maybe we should have a man on and ask him what that's like. Why don't they do that?
A dating expert.
Is there a dating expert man that would like to come on this podcast?
I can't remember many times of like I've been approached. And that has been like hard on my self-confidence because I've seen it happen to my friends. Specifically like these two friends that are like drop dead gorgeous, like fit all the beauty standards, like petite. Obviously I'm not like harping on them, but I'm always just like, why doesn't that happen to me? Am I like intimidating somehow? Am I putting off like a certain vibe? I like to be like, it's just my height, I guess. And I'm just too broad of shoulders for someone to approach me. But like, I've been approached by women. And so I wonder if it really is, it's almost switching these days. Of like, people are just changing.
I love it. Okay, so you don't need a male dating expert on your show, honey. You should just call me. I'll mosey on down and tell you what's going on. Okay, so here's what's happening. Guys, you tell me if I'm right. In the chat, go ahead. I want you to just tell me, by the way, give me your opinion. Why are you guys not approaching women? Let's hear. I want to see in the comments. I want to see in the chat. I'm going to tell you why I think you're not approaching women. First of all, you've had enough. You're tired of getting used and abused, right? So typically you used to approach women, get laughed at. Oh, women are wanting you to approach just so that they can get attention and validation about how good they look that night, get their free drink, and then they drop you like a hot potato, right? You get ghosted. Oh, can I have your number? Sure. Get your 2 free drinks, the girl, and then she's like, bye. And then you go to text her, either ghosted or you find out she gave you the wrong number. Don't you love that when that happens, when they give you the wrong number? And then you're writing some rando and they're like, oh, I'm not Amy. And you're like, wow, I just spent, all that money, spent 2 hours with this girl, and now she's at the after party with somebody else and gave me a fake number. Girls, you do it. You know it. They're tired of that. They're tired of now, especially with social media. It's blown up the whole game because you can see the girls laughing at you, making videos, gold diggers everywhere, talking about how, oh, you're so ugly. Oh, you don't have all these I went out with him, but he's only 5'8", so I didn't take him seriously, but I drank all his drinks and all his bottle service. Ha ha ha. Right? They see it. So here's the thing, ladies. Here's what I would tell you to do. First of all, you are going to need to take the lead a little bit because guys now are saying to themselves, I only want to spend my time and my money on women who are actually interested in me. They really are interested. So you got to show interest now. It's not enough to just stand there and look cute. You have to actually show interest. Decide what that means for you. Also, ladies, you have gotten increasingly promiscuous. You've gotten increasingly boss babish, right? You're prioritizing things guys don't care about. You're like, oh, I don't need a man all day long. What do you think guys are going to do eventually when you keep saying, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I can do it. Okay, honey, do it yourself, and I'll be over here just chilling. You don't need a man? Let's see how you do.
I feel like so many women are like, oh, why is it always the unattractive men that approach me, but the attractive men don't? I feel like a lot of people's response to that is, oh, skill-based matchmaking. You must not be as attractive as you think you are. And it's like, that might be part of it, but I feel like there's also even more than that. Like something else people also say is like those attractive men have options, so they're not gonna, waste their time approaching, which also is a factor, okay? This is a 3-pronged thing. The third factor I feel like is unattractive men are less afraid of rejection because they've been rejected their entire lives, sometimes preemptively. I think about myself, for instance. I've dated plenty of people. You guys know this. I can't think of a time I've been rejected. And this is not me saying I'm unrejectable. Like, obviously, there are some people with some very poor decision-making skills who would reject me. But I mean, I've never, approached a woman, for no reason, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I've never, asked for, information or, asked if we could hang out sometime if I didn't know the answer was going to be yes. The closest I've gotten to rejection is just, when things don't surface. For me, what a rejection feels like is when a woman doesn't approach me. swear to God, like if I'm looking at a woman from across the room and we like lock eyes and she doesn't end up approaching me, I'm like, dang, man, she didn't want me. There have literally been situations where I got someone's IG, right? And then like, you know, followed them, they followed me back. And I'm like, dang, they didn't message me though. Like I'm kind of, you know what I mean? Like I've not experienced like, hey, like I'm interested in you and someone being like, nah. Just because I don't put myself in those situations, because I don't need to put myself in those situations. But think about someone who's chopped. I'm not scared of that, okay? Because again, like part of the reason I don't do that is because like that concept sounds so horrifying to me. Like I would have nightmares. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Someone who's chopped, like that's just, they're like run the middle, like, oh, you win some, you lose some. They got nothing to lose because they already lost it multiple times. It's like when you go skydiving, right? I've never been skydiving, but like skydiving, someone who's never done it sounds so scary. But then people who do skydive, they're like, oh man, like once I did it once, it was completely fine. I just like kept going. Like I feel like that's chopped people. Like I feel like they just have so much experience in the area, they don't even care.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence, and that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested. And then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know? Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine, and it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but I think that might help. I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community. And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more. And I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person. And I just don't want to lose that as a humanity.
So let me tell you the real reason why men don't approach you. It's because you give off effort. You give off, you got to put in energy for me. You give off, I'm going to be work and it's not going to be easy for you. And when men are on the hunt, they don't want women who are going to take work, take effort, and take time. They want the lowest hanging fruit that's easiest to pick. And so while it may seem like you're not getting approached because you're not approachable or you're not attractive or you're not desirable, it's really because they see your value and they're not willing to approach a woman who's going to require something of them. When you're out and about in the real world, it's not about the quantity of men. It's about the quality. Even if it's just one, it means that your energy is where it's supposed to be. It means that you are properly aligned with your femininity. It means that you are positioned to be loved and not just to be hunted.
I have an actual genuine question, but when I look like this, I mean, I have a hat on, I just have my hair like in a ponytail, I have a baggy t-shirt on, I get so much attention from guys and I get approached all the time. When I'm all dressed up, out with my girls, I get looks, but no guys ever talk to me. What is up with that?
Yes, I can womansplain this. So they've actually done studies on the conditions under which men are most likely to approach women and the conditions under which they are not. And as you just described, the 3 most common scenarios in which a man will not approach a woman are if she is dolled up to the nines, if she is surrounded by friends or a group of women, or in an environment that is really loud. So it's kind of funny that women spend so much time getting all dressed up to go out to clubs to try and meet guys when they're statistically more likely to be approached wearing no makeup and an oversized t-shirt, desperately trying to reach something at the grocery store. And you're not gonna like the answer here, but men approach you at your most casual because to them, that's when you're at your best. That's when you're not trying to impress anybody or be anything you're not. That's when you're not hiding behind something or playing some kind of character. Because most men just hate keeping up with the Joneses or trying to compete with something superficial that's fighting for your attention. They like you when you're at your most natural because that's when you are actually you. It's probably easy to forget, but us women aren't the only ones getting played out here, and you can catfish a lot more than just your physical appearance. Fact of the matter is, there is so much risk to approaching a woman, they're only gonna do it if it seems real.
And the crazy thing about this is you can continue to give them statistics on, whatever it is. You can tell them this is when a man is going to approach. This is how a man is going to approach. They still going to say whatever they want to say. They still want to put it in their minds however they want to put it. And that's kind of what kills me, is the framing of it all, right? If a man says, I'm not spending a lot of money on dates early on, then you're going to call them broke. You're going to call them unambitious. But if you flip it and say, well, what are you bringing to the table on your end? Well, then suddenly that's offensive. The accountability is completely one-sided, and men have noticed this type of stuff, right? I can say anything, I can do anything to you or for you. I always got to promote myself and prove myself to you. But then when I tell you what I like, I ain't worried about that. And then you're going to get on here after I done told you what I like and then tell me, oh, that don't matter. Why would I spend money on that? Why would I spend money on somebody that flat out told me, I'm not here to dress for you. I'm not here to make you happy. And I'm not going to. You're going to accept me as I am. You're going to accept me as I come. And that's going to be the end of it. Or else you're not a real man. Men have noticed y'all saying that type of stuff. Men have noticed y'all not taking accountability. Like I said, the accountability in these situations, the self-reflection, the self-awareness in these situations is completely one-sided, which is part of why men continue to check out. Y'all keep on saying, oh, well, that's because you hate women. No, men don't hate women. Men don't hate women. Y'all keep on saying that once again to avoid accountability. Men don't hate women. They're tired of y'all's games. They're tired of y'all's foolishness. Only one side has to follow the freaking rules. And it's not the women. The men got to follow up behind y'all, got to say something to y'all, got to do something for y'all. And y'all act like y'all can't reciprocate. Why would a man want to be involved in that?